It is a cold night. It's a springtime, so I'm observing the Veil Nebula using the window of opportunity of the down sky. I'm using the Nagler 31mm Type 5 eyepiece, 82 degrees, and using the oxygen 3 filter, the Baader oxygen 3 filter. If you show the glow of the nebula very well, actually I can see the eastern part and western part. It's quite huge, and you can see it's roundish, and yeah, that's quite interesting. And I'm not surprised I say this is a remnant of a supernova, probably. Is there a supernova remnant or neutron star somewhere in the middle of it? I've not seen any reference to it so far. I may be wrong, but it's very huge. It's, when you see the whole structure, and this eyepiece can show you at each time a bit of the west or east side of it. Yeah, it looks round, and when you consider the whole structure, it can be a supernova remnant. The telescope I'm using, the Skywatcher Skyliner 300P 12-inch Dobsonian telescope. Focal length is 1500 and divided by 31. It gives a low magnification of 4:1. I could have a Maxvision, probably Maxvision 68 degrees 40mm would give me a slightly wider field of view. I just wanted to test this Nagler, give it a chance. It's quite expensive at the same time, but at the same time I've not used it much, so I hope this is a good use of it at this moment. And this nebula dwarf. I can say the Veil Nebula is not as bright as the M42, for example, the Great Orion Nebula. But when you get used to the sight of it, you can see that it is actually wispy, grayish kind of appearance in the eyepiece with this oxygen 3 filter. So don't expect a very bright one like the Orion Nebula. That's the exceptional thing. But it's not very dim. For example, if I turn off this flash now, and the light that I'm using on my head, the red light, it takes a while, a few seconds just to see it, but that's there. You can see it easy. Wow, Maxvision 40mm 68 degrees eyepiece covers the whole nebula. Or most of it. This easily beats the Nagler 31. The only problem is that I can see something like a reflection, 2 reflections, probably because of the filter. Yeah, it's reflection from the inside of the filter. Other than that, that's perfect. You can see the whole vastness of the nebula with this oxygen 3 filter. Okay, those reflections have disappeared. I was slightly out of focus, and I was sitting and I'm trying to reach the eyepiece, and I was not looking directly into the eyepiece. So now I look directly, those reflections are gone. the wispiness of this nebula is amazing. You can see so much details. It's like feathers here and there. I think they should be calling this feather nebula or something like that. One part of it definitely looked like a face of the George Washington, that slave owner, American slave owner, and first president or something like that of USA. Okay, I'm using now the Meade Super Plossl 56mm eyepiece. It's quite wide field for this purpose. It gives me the lowest magnification possible. I can see more of the nebula in the field of view without moving it too much. What I did an experiment. I removed the filter, oxygen 3 filter, Baader brand, and yeah, looked at the Veil Nebula without the filter, and it completely disappeared. You could see some wispiness if you look carefully around the stars, and so, but not much. You can imagine because you already know where it is. But the moment you put the oxygen 3 filter, it comes back to the view, it pops in to the view. So don't expect to see it without the filter. It's not easy. I think of these 3 eyepieces that I used, the Super Plossl Meade 56mm, Maxvision 40mm 68 degrees, and Nagler 31 tape 5. I think I prefer Nagler one. Main reason I think is that because it gives the highest magnification, means that the sky background will be darker, and 40mm and 56mm give more of the sky and increases a little bit of the light pollution creeps into the view. So Nagler is better, and also you can see slightly a tad more detail in the nebula if you spend enough time, of course. I'm looking at the Veil Nebula, of course, and using the Baader Planetarium 8 nanometer oxygen 3 filter. Of course, the Veil Nebula is a very huge celestial object. It's a supernova remnant, as they say. And you, at any time, you can see portions of it. So I've superimposed there what you can see and sketch visually on the image of the nebula. So these are the parts we see in the eyepiece. In this wonderful zoom video, you can actually see where is the Veil Nebula. We are going now to the Cygnus star cloud, and you can see left to the center. You can see the Veil Nebula, what I call George Washington Nebula, and now we are going to the portion which is called Venus Belt, and that's the Venus Belt. We are now going to zoom into that. That's the star, gives the illusion of a buckle of a belt, as they have imagined. You can see there is magnetic field. Definitely here there is some magnetic field effect. There must be magnetic field in this cloud. You can see the shape of it. It's very strange, like a DNA molecule. Anyway, very huge structure, of course, we know.